Hey everybody, it's Brandon Scheid.
And I'm Fred Hope.
And we work in the R&D department at Slingshot. And it is our job to validate, test, and make the world's best kiteboarding, wind sports, foil equipment out of anybody in the whole world. We're trying our hardest to make the best A-level gear possible. I feel like Slingshot's coming into like a second era of like just massive amounts of mojo. We have a new kite designer, we have a massive team in our R&D and development side, and we're pumping more money than I think we ever have into the development of amazing water sports gear.
Yeah, and we're trying every piece of equipment on the market, right? We go to all these demos, we try all the kites, all the wings, all the foils. We really are well-rounded in our understanding of product.
Yeah, and obviously that's important for the job of product testing. You need to know where your gear stacks against everyone else's gear. But obviously we're going to endorse the brand that we love and ride for and work for, and that's Slingshot Sports. They make a wide variety of kiteboarding and winging equipment, and we just want to take a quick second to kind of take you through some of our favorite pieces of equipment in a variety of categories. So we are multi-sports athletes here, both Fred and I. We wing, we kite, we tow foil, we wake foil, we windsurf a little bit. You're probably a better windsurfer than me, but we ride everything in the Slingshot line. We even wakeboard a bit too. But so why don't we start with what we both kind of got into, which is kite. So Slingshot makes a wide variety of kites for a wide variety of disciplines, but when you distill it all down, what's your favorite kite in our line?
Well, I love kite foiling, so I would definitely choose the UFO. It's a super light kite made to be efficient, right? You can go out in minimal wind, in any condition, and ride your hydrofoil.
So for you, it's UFO, and it's the industry-leading no-strut kite. It's not a one-strut kite, it's not a three-strut kite, it's a no-strut kite, which means
there's no compromises in performance.
It's ultra light. It's unbelievable, the performance of this kite when you're hydrofoiling. It is specifically designed to work best on a hydrofoil, and I'm constantly blown away when I fly that kite.
It's such a fun kite to fly. It stays up in the air. It's really nimble, really responsive. It pretty much always does what you want it to do.
Yeah, it's really hassle-free. And for us, it's been a really great product that resonated with a lot of users on the water. Yeah. It's one of our best-selling kites, and I would argue one of our hallmark kites in our line. It's something we're really proud of, for sure.
Yeah. What's your favorite kite?
For me, I'm really been impressed with the all-new Code.
It's three-strut.
It's our three-strut kind of, I don't want to say do-all free ride. It's kind of a term that gets thrown around a lot in our industry right now. Essentially, we went out to recreate our three-strut platform in a kite that is easy to fly, super great performance in the sweet spot, really reliable in terms of across a large variety of wind conditions, and just make a kite that can really help unlock your learning progression. So it's a kite that you can give to your mom. And then we also have our best big air rider on our team also chooses this kite to ride in psycho winds, doing double loops and all the crazy stuff that you can do. So this kite really does have the energy to go from like your first lesson you might ride here at Real Water Sports on the Code all the way through the hardest trick that you could possibly do in kiteboarding can all be done on the kite. And it's personally one that I spent a lot of time doing on the development side of things, so I'm tied to it personally. I just think it's a really great product. I'm really proud of it, and it helps really usher Slingshot into the modern era of kite design, and really puts a flagship kite out there that says like, hey, we get what you need, and here it is in full force.
Yeah. And above all else, it's a fun kite, right? You can go out and come in smiling off the water.
Yeah, you had a great session on it last night. I had a great light wind session on it yesterday. Unbelievable performance here in the conditions that we have.
Yeah, this morning we were just talking about how great of a kite it is. How fun we had yesterday on it, on an 11.
Not to toot our own horns, but
it's a good
okay,
kite.
So that's kites. We both agree that those two kites are working really great. Of course, we have a full line of kites, from wave kites, big air kites, jumpers, light wind, freestyle, all that kind of stuff, but those two really stand out for me in the line. Let's move into boards. So boards is kind of a tricky category because there's foil boards, there's wing boards, there's twin tips, but I think in this case, let's keep it to kite specific. So for me, I'm personally been really impressed with our formula and the formula in the V2 version. It's our ultra lightweight carbon high performance board. It's got a deep double concave. It's got channeling. It's got high modulus carbon. It's light. It's 2 kg. It's a really insane board, and it just has really good hookup. And I couldn't be more impressed with this board. It feels great under the foot, and it's the one.
Want to twin tip more and more. Just ride.
Yeah, it's the one we seem to keep pulling out of the car every time we go ride. No matter where we go in the world, we're like, oh yeah, let's grab that one. How about for you? What's a good board in your wheelhouse?
Well, once again, I'm mainly a kite foiler, so I'm going to choose a kite foil board, and that's the Hopecraft. It's a board that I helped design, kind of exactly what I wanted in a foil board, and so I basically gave it as much stiffness as possible, the best touchdown of any board I've ridden with a high volume nose, and minimal inserts to save on weight, and long tracks to give you a lot of options for your foil.
Yeah, okay, so bomber proof, really like can do a lot of different adjustments in terms of straps and positions, and just a board that delivers like fun on the water when you're foiling, right?
And it works for a large range of consumers too. It's not too small, it's not too big. You know, it's right in that middle ground that seems to be where people gravitate to without going too extreme.
Yeah, okay. So speaking about foils, obviously foils are a big part of our line of products and the world that we recreate in. Is there a Slingshot foil product that really gets you fired up, gets your juices flowing? Like what do you choose when you pull the carbon out of the car?
We have a lot of front wings, but my favorite is the 657. It's
yeah, okay.
Higher speed foil, not a ton of low end, but really never slows you down. It feels like you're riding a Ferrari.
Yeah.
The faster you go, the smoother it rides.
Yeah.
Somebody described it to me as pumping up your tires all the way and then going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's very smooth, very carvy too. I really like
roll. Super reactive in the roll,
but not a ton of yaw. I don't really like yaw that much. I know you do, but I like my foils to be very locked in so that when I press for a corner, it pushes back almost.
Yeah, okay.
Me. Yeah.
Gosh, for me, you know, we have a great variety of kite foils. I'm actually been spending more time on foil winging, so I'm going to lean into my favorite foil. I think in the line is going to go ahead and be the G900 wing.
Yeah.
I think it offers the best balance of lift, turn, stability for your daily driver conditions. There are other foils in the line that I will reach for when it's pumping, massive waves, super strong wind, but my daily driver in and out is always in the car is the G900 in our Glide series on Phantasm. It's super smooth and
gets you up and everything.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't even, it's my one quiver wing that just like kind of gets it done, no matter what the conditions present themselves. So I'm really proud of that whole line of wings, and I really find that one really hits it for me.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue. We talk about winging a little bit. Winging is this new crazy sport that's got the eye of the industry on it. It's really, really amazing. We both obviously really enjoy it. What's your kind of favorite piece of winging equipment? Maybe not a foil, or is there anything in our wing line that really gets you excited?
Well, the hand wing definitely gets me excited, right?
Like, you need one of those to wing, yeah.
So that's kind of the most important part, is the source of power from the wind.
Yeah.
So we have two wings, one's the Javelin, one's the V3 sling wing. I prefer the sling wing because it has a lot of low end power.
Yeah.
Like you're not struggling to get up on foil. You just hold it there and it's pulling you until you're up on foil.
Yeah, you can
depower.
Basically just like sheet in and get going, right? There's not a lot of pumping and gyrating and like effort applied.
Yeah, and on that wing we have two handle options, right? So one's a soft handle, which is super easy to use, not intimidating in terms of a hard piece of equipment in front of your face.
Yeah.
And then we also have the hard handle, which gives you a lot of control.
Yeah, okay. So I have a soft handled version, I have a hard handled version. I can kind of choose what I want. We know wings, a lot of winging is moving into the hard handle, and it does definitely offers you more control, a little bit heavier, a little less packability.
I find I go back and forth, actually.
Yeah.
Depending on the conditions. If it's super gusty, I'll take a hard handle because I can really control it. But if it's nice, consistent wind and I want an easy feel on my hands, I'll use the soft handle.
See, I feel like I'm almost the opposite. I like on my tiny wings when it's nuking to be on soft. It's like suspension. And then when I'm in my big wings where I really want to control everything, like 5 meter, 5.5, I find much more pleasure in having the hard handle, being able to keep everything tight, and it just seems to directly transfer the power a little bit better, and a little bit less fatigue on my hands.
But above all else, we have two options. So
whichever
one you want, we've got it.
Pick your poison. For me, my personal win in our wing line is our line of Wingcraft boards. So we're able to make a board that is super easy to balance on, comes in a wide variety of sizes, from 60 to 140. That gives you like a really easy platform to get onto, get up and planing. It's super quick to plane, and I've just seen a lot of success with people that jump onto that line right away, and before they know it, they're like, oh man, I'm riding a 70-liter board. I didn't expect that I would jump down this quick, and so for me, it's offering a really great platform to pair with our hand wing in order to get you going on the water.
Yeah, my favorite thing about the Wingcraft is its length, right? Like we fit a lot of volume in a short board.
Yeah.
When you do that, you avoid all the swing weight, so it doesn't feel like you're on this big sup that takes a lot of effort to turn. The 140 is only 4 inches longer than the 70.
Yeah.
Right? So feels like you're on a small board, which gives you a lot of control over where it's going.
Yeah, nice and compact.
Yeah.
Keeps the board small and not getting super long.
Yeah.
We'll see. Trends are changing in winging. We'll see what happens. But I agree with you. I think having a compact, easy to ride, progression-oriented board is going to get you success on the water, and that's what it's about.
What size do you prefer to ride on that board?
Me personally, I ride the 60. I weigh almost 90 kg, 86 kg, or like 195 pounds, 190 pounds. And I find that no matter the conditions from strong to weak, that board volume offers the best balance of easy starts, small size, pumpability, durability. I don't really like the whole sinker thing. I think it makes you ride too big of a wing, and I personally like to have
something to get you back to shore when the wind dies.
Man, where we ride in the gorge, it's not always so great if you get stuck in the river. So you want to choose wisely. And then finally, Slingshot obviously offers everything you need to go kiteboarding, from wetsuits and harnesses via our ride engine, bars, foot straps, all kinds of crazy accessories and stuff. Is there anything in the line, like one piece of equipment that you're like, man, I cannot deal without that?
Yeah, there's one thing that I always choose to have no matter what discipline, and that is the slider rope. I like that pull to be really close to my body, and the slider rope does that without having too much leverage.
Okay, so on the ride engine harnesses, you're able to quickly and easily swap out the spreader bar from a conventional hook to a rope slider, and that offers up freedom, adjustment, movement.
Yeah, and it moves the pole closer to the center of your body.
If you have shorter arms, everything's a little bit tighter.
So you have more range in your sheet out and deep power as well.
Yeah, so smoother and nicer.
What about you?
Man, I think it's the stuff that controls your climate. So for us, I'm in a wetsuit all day, every day. So for me to have a great piece of rubber or a great jacket that cuts the wind off of me, or a great changing towel that I can get in and out of the car, stay warm, that to me is irreplaceable. The gear is great, but what does all that?
To be cold, right?
You cannot do the
fun.
sport without having appropriate neoprene and rubber. So for me, the ride engine line of Onsen wetsuits, as well as their outerwear jackets, my favorite pieces of kit, hands down, outside of like the gear that gets me on the water. So if you're interested in looking for great wetsuits, great outerwear, or great water sports equipment, look no further than Slingshot Sports, and you can find all this great gear right here at Real Water Sports.
Yeah, sweet. Should we get on the water?
I mean, and the wind's coming in for sure.
I think we should do it.
Use some of that great water sports gear.